We've got a very interesting situation happening where state and federal full frontal attack has really become quite the perfect storm. Planned Parenthood has been the target for quite some time of an extremist anti-choice group known as Live Action. There's been a lot of video footage that has been YouTubed, which, you know, is my #1 reliable source of information. And it's been getting a lot of hits, as you know, it's scandalous. And unfortunately, there was a worker in New Jersey, at a Planned Parenthood Health Center in New Jersey, who was videotaped behaving deplorably and talking about, it was looking as though she was trying to coordinate some kind of something with a man who was sort of presenting himself as a pimp of underage, a lot of immigrant girls. It was shocking, it was disgusting, and it should be noted that she did immediately report to her supervisor. When the footage was released, she was immediately fired. So there are some questions out there. If you suspect any kind of underage illegal sexual activity, that you are required to report, or you will be criminally charged. So it's just interesting that she knew enough to report, so that when things came back around, she would not be criminally charged. So an interesting point to make if she was really looking to do some kind of undercover sex ring operation. I highly doubt that she would have reported the whole incident to her supervisor. There have been other video footage, about 12 other health centers, most of them in Virginia, where it's very evident that the videotapes have been doctored. And what I consider to be a somewhat reliable source for news, ABC, definitely looked into it, had a legal team look into what the health center staff, the information that they were sharing with these supposed clients, and was saying, look, every bit of information that they shared was compliant with state law and was information that they were required to be sharing. So with that said, it's important to get that out there. It's important to get out there that every single day Planned Parenthood provides preventive care for women and men across the nation. In northern New England, we've been in operation since 1965 as Planned Parenthood of Northern New England, so we're Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. 97% of what we do is preventive health care. And somehow, the conservative majority at the state and at the federal level clearly has something against preventive health care. One of the biggest bills that we're facing right now in the state is House Bill 228. This would restrict health care access by prohibiting the state of New Hampshire from entering into service contracts with Planned Parenthood and all other health care organizations that offer abortion services. So clearly the target is abortion, but what's going down with it is access to quality and affordable health care for the men and women in this state. And contraception. Yeah, see, I just, to me that's health care. It's all, all part of the daily package. So there's one thing that people need to be aware of. Feminist Health Center of Portsmouth would be affected by this. They receive federal STI funds and HIV. This could call into question contracting with the majority of our local hospitals, the largest academic research hospital in the region. So this particular bill has casts a wide net. It is not the first time that this bill has come up, however. This is one of those, pull out your talking points, dust them off. It comes up every biennium. The difference is, might actually have a chance at getting this through. It has been heard in committee. It was heard last week, Tuesday. A lot of wonderful people that are here tonight were standing with me, standing with Planned Parenthood during our press conference and during the 3.5-hour committee hearing. There will be a subcommittee tomorrow, and the votes are looking good from sort of our behind the scenes talking with people. But we're not relying on that, and I certainly am not relying that a favorable vote out of committee is definitely going to hold a whole lot of weight on the House floor. This particular bill I am losing sleep over because it's not only at the state level, it is at the federal level as well. It is called the Pence Amendment. It's Representative Mike Pence who has put this inside the budget process right now at the federal level. At first it was, we're gonna defund Planned Parenthood, we're not gonna give them any federal money. Then it became, okay, that might be a little too complicated, so we're just gonna eliminate Title X funding altogether. We don't need it. And now, since last Friday, they have now added, we are not going to allow any Medicaid family planning reimbursements to go to Planned Parenthood. We have been around for 100 years. Every single one of you has your Planned Parenthood story or knows somebody that has their Planned Parenthood story. Everyone in this country, not just in New Hampshire, is going to be devastated if the largest family planning provider is eliminated. So we have lots of action, lots of things to do. Most likely this will be voted on tomorrow. So call Charlie Bass if you live in CD2, which most of you don't, but you know somebody who does. So be sure and email and call them and make sure that those phone calls get in. Senator Jean Shaheen needs to hear from you as well. Longtime supporter, very good friend of the choice movement, but she needs to know that she is supported if it comes time, if and when, for her to take a very strong stand. We have fetal personhood coming up tomorrow at 2 o'clock in criminal justice. Where to begin on that one? A little bit tricky for Planned Parenthood to really speak to that bill. We really let ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, and the Coalition Against Sexual Domestic Violence to be the public face when it comes to combating the fetal personhood legislation. Again, this legislation, dusting off the talking points, it comes up every biennium. It was last introduced in the 2010 legislative session. So if you are interested in talking points, there is a packet over on the table that has talking points regarding the defund bill, fetal personhood, and parental notification that's coming up on the 28th. In particular, considering the makeup of the House, I've really been focusing a lot of my conversations to pro-choice dads. If you have time free to come and to talk about your support of your daughter to control her own body and control her own destiny, and to help make sure that the government isn't legislating your dinner table conversations, please make sure to get in touch with myself or PR. And I've got a business card over on the table as well. There's a lot happening. It's too much to talk about in a 10-minute time frame. But here's what I know. If we do not stop this full frontal attack, the female body returns to being a vessel of the state. And that may sound very dramatic, but I really don't see it being any other way. So I hope that you will stand with Planned Parenthood, stand with the Feminist Health Center of Portsmouth, stand with NAVAL, and help make sure that we are fighting this not only locally but federally as well.